How I forget them? I sure was looking at this list. I was like, okay, somebody missing. Hey y'all, welcome back to another review of Life Chesses for General Hospital, June 27, 2025. Okay, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like it? Did y'all see what's supposed to be happening on Monday's episode? Was that Sunny's place? At first I thought that was what's it called now? Is it still called Charlie's where Christina worked? Or was she owned the building or whatever? She owned the business. Is it called Charlie's still? But yeah, at first I thought it was that. Was it that? Or was it Sunny Place where they be at, him and Jason? But look like Sidwell has made his first move, y'all. I said, yeah, it's about time. I said, about doggone time. So hopefully Monday, y'all know how they show the promos and stuff. I'm hoping Monday is when they show like a big promo about what's to come and stuff. But hey, how you doing today? You good? But yeah, I think I forgot some more people. I wrote down Curtis and Portia. I got everybody. I think I got everybody. I don't know. But I feel like I forgot somebody. Oh, I forgot to write Natalia and that Paul dude. Well, let me write Natalia, Paul, Sonny's guard, if that's what you want to call him. Sonny's guard. I told y'all. I just did a TikTok for General Hospital. I said, I told y'all Sonny need to retire. Because what's going on? Paul came and he told Natalia how, she said something about how she thought that they was leaving tonight. I said, tonight? That's already a problem. You don't know, how do you say it? You a danger to him, and he ain't did nothing. No wonder they over here throwing stuff in his business, trying to blow it up and blowing up his place of living. I said, no reason they blow it up, trying to take him out. I'm just say that. Golly, I messed up. I said, no wonder. He don't sit up here. I said, how you let her? Is it cause, I don't know. I said, it's because they was friends or something. If that's what you want to call it. I said, how she told me something they was supposed to leave tonight. He was like, no, you leaving now. She told me something, Sonny's not coming with me. What in the world made you think this man was coming with you? But yeah, what they said, I was really looking for today's Christmas. I thought they was going to show it today too. I was waiting on something to happen there, but here comes Natalia. Look like Sonny got his guard. I don't know, look like, was that the same guard, Paul? Regardless, he has his guard. He holding her arm or whatever. And she said something about basically he gonna pay or something like that. And Brooklyn is asking somebody, what did they just do? So I'm assuming she's talking to Sonny. I said, sit up here. Look, she don't sit up here and told Brooklyn. I mean, they do have a right to know because it's their company and they don't need to be blindsided. But they can't be too upset because either way it go, they don't got in bed with dangerous people. You got Sonny, which they knew. And Tracy tried to tell them about how he get down in his funding. But he said it was legit until, one of his workers messed it up. And I was saying in the TikTok video, I was saying maybe, Sidwell had something to do with that because he's trying to get them to drop him. But I said, either way it go, you got Sonny and you got Sidwell. Two people you should not be doing business with, obviously. So they can't be that shocked. They definitely can't be that shocked. But yeah, we're going to start with Josh and Michael. So Michael ends up talking to Josh. She stops by and she wanted to explain to him why she's not the godmother or whatever. She ends up finding out that Sasha made Felicia the godmama and Jason the godfather. I said, I didn't know that he was Michael and Josh the godfather. I mean, obviously, because I don't think at that time, did Carly even have friends? I don't know. But Jason has always been there, so I feel like he definitely deserves that role. I definitely feel like he deserved that role. But yeah, they was talking about that. So she was like, she understands, and basically she's happy with the choices that they made. What else? I think they was talking about Willow because Wiley wanted to know if Willow was gonna be at the christening, and he had to explain, she wasn't gonna be there or whatever. And Wiley feels some type of way because he old enough. I do want to say something that I just saw when I was reading the comments. Somebody said they think the person that's been watching Daisy is Nell. And I said, well, I ain't think about that. I have been waiting on her to come back because they never did find her body, did they? I think did they bring somebody in, but it was covered up or what? I don't know, but I don't think they ever found her body. I think they had made a call. I don't know, y'all. I can't remember, but I've been saying they need to bring her back because it's a whole lot of storylines that's unfinished, and that's one of them. That's definitely one of them. But yeah, somebody said that Nell. They thinking it's Nell. I said, I ain't even think about that. I definitely didn't think about that. That'll be interesting though, because now you got another psychopath to add to the mix. I forgot what happened to Nell. Matter of fact, was her and Carly into it or something? Let me know, y'all. It's been so long, I forgot what happened to that lady. But yeah, Josh and Michael was talking about Willow, and she was telling him how he don't need to think about Willow. She made her choice. He ends up saying that they get married and stuff. But yeah, they was just talking about that. What does that say? Now we have to wait until Monday to see it. yeah. What else? I think that's all they was talking about. Everybody was just basically preparing for Daisy's christening and stuff. Sasha, Felicia, Cody. Felicia was just saying how she wanted to know why Sasha made them think that Jason was the father, and she was just explaining her reason. And she said something about Michael had so much going on around that time that she didn't want, her daughter exposed to. I said, well, she exposed to it now, and I'm sure this ain't the first or last thing that they gonna do. That's gonna be a lot. They over here throwing fire and stuff in these folks' building. I was like, she gonna definitely be like, she shouldn't have got involved with him stuff and want to protect her daughter. But yeah, I said they starting it, y'all. It starts Monday. I said it's about time. I've been waiting on this. Because they ain't been doing nothing at all. But yeah, Sonny slipped up. But yeah, to finish with Sasha, Felicia, and Cody, Sasha ends up explaining her reasoning. Like I said, that's when the baby started crying. So Felicia offered to go get the baby. And Cody came. He brought a gift. It was from, what's his name? Robert and Holly. Sasha said that she don't really talk to Holly like that. See, I told y'all they just be introducing storylines that don't make sense. They brought Holly just to reveal that her and Cody was cousins. But yeah, they was talking about that. Then Sasha ends up telling Cody how, something's weird going on. And she was explaining, but he kind of seemed like he was trying to make it seem like she was just worried because of what happened to Liam. I was like, nah, y'all need to take that more seriously. And I still don't understand, once again, why they ain't got no cameras. They got a baby monitor. Oh, I wonder if they're going to do an episode where the baby monitor is right there and they can actually hear somebody talking or something. But yeah, they got a baby monitor, but they ain't got no cameras. I don't understand, because you got the Quartermains, they wealthy, they, what was that? That's already one thing. But Sonny now, Michael just got blew up. Shoot, nobody got no cameras, no nothing. The guards is useless. This man will sit up here and told her, Mr. Corinthos wants you to leave now. She's like, well, can I get an hour? And he left. I said, he told you now. And he don't leave. She told me, can she get an hour to pack and stuff? I was like, turn him back. Wherever Paul done came from, send Paul back. I was wondering what his name was. They said his name Paul. I said, well, Paul need to go back. He need to go back. He need to be fired. Hold on. But yeah, I already said Sasha tells Cody something weird going on. That's when he was like, maybe it's just because, everything that's been going on with Liam. And I had forgot about the hospital situation, because she was like, that was the first thing that happened. And she was just telling him somebody changed the clothes. And he was like, maybe Mama Q or somebody did it. And that made me remember also, hold on. Why haven't they did the tribute to the lady that plays Monica? Does anybody know? I seen somebody said something about how they filmed these episodes and stuff like that. But I don't know how true that is. But they saying they been filmed these episodes. But I was, why they mentioning Monica and stuff like that? And I was like, well, that's kind of, I don't want to say it's disrespectful or nothing like that. But why wouldn't they get her a tribute? Is they trying to still say that she's still, alive or something? Like, what they trying to do? I don't know, y'all. But I just know, I wrote that down when I think it was when Cody was talking to Sasha about who could have changed the baby. And I was like, they ain't did no tribute yet. Unless I missed it. I don't think so. I might be wrong, but yeah. Jason and Carly, they was just talking about, they was reminiscing, talking about Michael's christening and how Jason didn't understand why Sasha chose him. So Carly explained it. And she was just saying how he looked after Michael, and now they're trusting him to look after Daisy, and they know he gonna do it. I said, true that. That's one thing you can't count on in regards to Jason. But yeah, Carly kept checking. I guess she was scared because she kept checking the security and stuff like that. He was like, we got to handle, nobody's going to get in and all this other stuff. It's guards that can be seen. It's guards that can't be seen. I was like, well, you need to get a better guard for Natalia. You need to get a better guard for her. But yeah, that's what they was talking about. What else? Was it something else? Let me see. Let me scan real fast. I think that's all that Jason and her was talking about. Reminiscing and stuff like that. Brooklyn, Natalia. And that's one of the things I was talking about. Natalia ends up, she had a cup in her hand, a glass in her hand. I said, this food. I said, didn't that get you in trouble the first time? I said, what's that? I was like, is that alcohol? I said, ain't that what got you in this situation to begin with? Drinking and driving and stuff? And how she get over there to the church anyway? Was she drinking and driving again? In Brooklyn about Sonny something about the second investment, like it wasn't clean. How he thought it was clean because Brooklyn asked if Sonny knew, and she was like, "No, Sonny didn't know." And then my thing about Natalia, she be over here acting like she just so loyal and she ain't did nothing wrong and she don't understand. She's supposed to be going off on Sonny on Monday's episode. I'm like, girl, you don't sit up here told. Did he tell you to go tell that? You supposed to be packing. He don't sit up here and gave her time to pack and stuff. She over here telling me, yeah, because Brooklyn wanted to know why now. Why was she telling her now? She's like, because y'all had the right to know, and I was thinking about my kids, and I'm never going to see them again, and stuff like that. So they started talking about her leaving and stuff. I said, see, she talking too much. She talking way too much. This man don't sit up here and gave her time. What the world going on? If somebody over here a threat, you supposed to get rid of them. Obviously, you ain't supposed to make it obvious, but now it's going to definitely be obvious. Y'all out in the public. Yeah, out in the public, he got the guard. The guard got Natalia arm and stuff. I was like, Sonny slipping, told y'all. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Natalia tells Brooklyn about Sonny funds. What else? And I said, is she drinking again? Isn't that what got her in trouble to begin with? But yeah, was that it? Brooklyn was upset when she seen Chase at the church. She ends up telling about that. And he was like, he can't talk to her about that because, he working on the case. I was confused by, what y'all say, I'm always confused. I was confused by Anna Singh. She was looking through some files and stuff like that, and she ends up calling 88 Turner. She comes, they have a discussion about, her pursuing the case against Sonny. And I want to know what she saw in the file that made her talk to this lady, because she already knew that they was trying to build a case against Sonny. So I want to know what was in the files. But yeah, Anna was just telling her how she don't like that she using her police officers to do her dirty work, basically, and stuff like that. And she want her to go through her. But she was saying she too close to them and stuff like that. So she suggests she talk to somebody in Attorney Affairs. And she was like, maybe I will. Let me see, who else? But yeah, I think the last scene with Brooklyn ends up seeing Natalia come. She done came in the church and sit down, just looking all upset and stuff. Sonny look at her. Brooklyn's like, what is Natalia doing here? I said, how's Sonny gonna do this when Chase right there? And I said, how you gonna get rid of her if Chase is right there? I don't know. But yeah, well, he ain't. I was say he ain't worth doing either, so it don't matter. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Brooklyn, Natalia, 88 Turner, Sonny, and Christina. So 88 Turner, she stops by. She has a box. She was like, let me flip to the front. Let me make sure. 88 Turner wanted to know why Sonny sent her that, and before they revealed what was in there, she had like this black box or whatever. And he was acting like he didn't know. So she was like, it's a baseball glove or whatever. And she found it strange that after she said, she didn't get to play and stuff like that, that he sent her a baseball glove. Basically insinuated that he was trying to bribe her, sweet talk her, whatever you want to call it. And he was like, he do that and stuff. And she said something about it'll be a crime if he did do that. But yeah, she was like, either way it goes, she can't take it. But when she brought it over there or whatever, I said, he finna get them digits. I said, look at her. She ain't have to bring it over there right then and there. I said, he about to get them digits. But no, I think Christina ends up coming. And look, I bet y'all said I don't be paying attention enough. Because Christina, when she came, she was like, she just wanted to thank 88 Turner for what she did and stuff like that. So I was like, what did she do? Look, I'm lost, y'all. I got a bad memory. Refresh my memory. What did she do? Is she talking about the whole Ava situation or something else? I don't know. But yeah, I was like, wait. I thought she was on the opposing side. I'm confused. Oh, no, because I think Rick had, yeah, she was. I remember now. Never mind. I remember now. Let me see what else. Christina wanted to know what was going on, but Sonny wasn't gonna tell her nothing. He ended up sending her in there to get Bailey gift. I said, Bailey, Lord, I done called my niece name. I done called my niece name. So I said, Bailey gift, Daisy gift. And he got on the phone. That's when he called somebody and said there's been a change of plans in regards to Natalia, and that confused me because people were saying how they think that Marco was right about how Sonny was trying to get rid of her. I was saying, for real? I said, I thought he was really trying to set her up with a good life. But my thing, once again, is that she over here acting like she ain't did nothing. She like, I've been good, I done did this and that, and just acting like he's supposed to go with her and stuff. I think that's what's coming next. Is that what's coming next? No. I didn't even write down. Hold on, y'all. Let me write it down. That's not what's coming next. Jordan and Anna coming next. With Jordan and Anna, they was just talking about Curtis and her feelings for him or whatever. Jordan was saying how she doesn't know what's happening between her and Curtis, but whatever it is, Portia has a problem with it. So they started talking about that and whether or not she has feelings for him. and she told about Portia dicing a drink on her. So Anna was like, she was overreacting and stuff like that. And I said, shoot, don't look like it to me. Don't look like it to me. But yeah, she was saying how she was overreacting. Then Portia was like, not Portia. Jordan was like, maybe not or whatever, because she doesn't think her feelings for Curtis will ever change. She thinks they still there, and basically she think that she should stay away from him. But meanwhile, she done walked in the office. They was just about to do the do, and she done sit up here and walked in the office without knocking or anything. I said, wrong timing, bad timing. That's a bad timing, girl. But yeah, Anna thinks Portia was overacting. That's when Jordan ends up saying maybe not, because she realized that she still has feelings for him and it's never gonna change. It may never change. And she said she think that Curtis may feel the same way. I was like, oh, here we go. I said, here we go. But yeah, let me see. I think that was the last conversation with them. Yeah, that was the last conversation with them. Next we got Curtis and Portia. So Portia felt some type of way. She was mad that Curtis being hot and cold with her. He's not really saying how he truly feels or if they actually gonna have a relationship. She felt like he was being a hypocrite about how he expect everybody to be perfect, and he did the same thing. That the reason why all this started with Drew is because he decided to team up with Michael and take his company and all this stuff. I said, she got a point there. She got a point there. And Curtis was the one who admitted that, though. He did admit that. So she started telling him he did the same thing to protect his family. Why is what she do, why is it bad and stuff? I said, well, because you could land, well, I take that back. I was about to say because she could be in jail right now, but couldn't he be in jail too? Or could Michael just be in jail? Because then they said something about he did the same thing, what is it called? Insider trading or something like that. I was like, yep, I still don't, y'all know what I'm about to say. I still don't understand why he had to go take the man company when he could have just been running. He could have been just running the Savoy. I like when they have scenes there. But no, he had to go team up with Michael to take the doggone company. I said, why didn't Drew just say, instead of doing all this extra stuff, why didn't he just tell him if he don't get his company back that Portia going to jail? But yeah, let's see. Like I said, Portia was saying how she's tired of Curtis' judgment and how he's a hypocrite. And I have been seeing a lot of people say that he's a hypocrite. That he always expect people not to lie, but he be lying too. I think Portia said something about he didn't tell her that he was teaming up with Michael or whatever. What else? Like I said, she started crying and stuff because he kind of talked like he was ready to, he was unsure about whether or not they was going to move forward. So then she was crying and stuff like that. He was like, he didn't hate to see her upset and stuff, so he hugged. They started kissing and stuff. Next thing you know, he put it on the desk. They got on the desk. I was like, here they go. I said, well, it look like they working things out. Here comes Jordan. And look like they're going to be into it on Monday's episode, y'all. But let's see. Let me make sure. Who we got next? I think the last people we got. I think everybody started showing up. We gotta talk about Natalia and Paul, even though we already talked about that basically. But everybody was showing up to the church and stuff. That's when Natalia just came sit down. But yeah, Natalia, Paul, Paul is Sonny's guard or whatever. I gotta say that again for people who just coming in. Hold on. So she was just sitting up there. She comfortable and stuff. So I was Sonny, what the world going on? She drinking. So there's a knock in his Paul. She like, hey, I don't know what she asked him. But he ended up saying how there's been a change of plans. They have to leave right now instead of tonight. And that's when she's like, oh, like, where's Sonny? Is he gonna be there too or whatever? Then she started asking questions, and he was like, Sonny was never coming too. I said, you talking too much. You ain't even have to do all that extra stuff. I still don't understand how she got that out of their conversation. She's like, so she's like, can you give me an hour to pack or whatever? He's like, yeah, I'll be in an hour. So he gonna leave. I said, the man told you that y'all had to leave now. I don't know if he went into specifics, but didn't he tell him that? But yeah, so then he left. So she grabbed her purse or whatever. She looked. No, before that, I skipped the part. She started freaking out. He's never going to cook with me. He lied. He this and that. And Sonny something, she said. She just started freaking out. And she's like, he's not going to take care of me or whatever. Now, when I will say, it was a moment where she was looking at Belize, and she said something about the sand. And I said, Sonny lied. I said, Sonny lied. He lied. He tried to take this lady out. I said, he lied. Because she was saying something about the sand. I said, what's going on? That's when Paul came. I forgot that part. So then, like I said, she started freaking out, crying, and saying he not gonna be there for her. He lied. He's just gonna abandon her, and all. She gonna be all alone. I said, girl, is you crazy? So she left out. She looked. Paul was nowhere to be found. Good for nothing security guard. Oh my goodness. Then don't he supposed to have guards on his buildings? On his buildings. Don't he supposed to have guards at his buildings as well? They throwing doggone fire and stuff in his building, whichever one it is. But yeah, she took a purse. That's when she ends. I thought she about to make a run for it or go to 88 Turner or somebody or something. She done showed up to the church. Oh, that's what he said. Paul also said how Sonny was at the church for his granddaughter's christening or whatever. She done showed up. She done took her a seat and stuff like that. I said, why would you come to him? If you just realized the man was trying to, excuse me, Lord have mercy. If you just realize the man lied to you, he not coming, even though he didn't say, I'm going to come with you. We going to do this together. Why would you, girl, why would you go to him? Like, maybe she actually don't know what Sonny really do. Well, he don't really do it, so, you know. But yeah, I was like, did she not know? Why would you go where he at? Well, you done went to the danger. If you think he was in danger, why would you go to him? She done went right there. And this man, the guard got her or whatever. And she telling him how she hope he get everything he deserve and all this other stuff. And I was like, you don't sit up here and set on evidence that you could have been told not only Brooklyn and Max and them, but you could have been told him. Then you told your son. Then you went and told Brooklyn stuff he wasn't supposed to tell. Also, you told Sidwell about him having open heart surgery, so he was more than likely the one that tried to take him out. What the world? That's why I was confused. I was like, why she think that he owe her any type of loyalty? And he don't even know half of the stuff she done did. But yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Let me see. Let me make sure. I was like, what's going on with her? I said, that case, you could have just sit there and focus. I was like, but it's not a big deal because we don't see her on the show like that anyway, so it really don't matter. Get on up out of here. Get on up out of here. I think he too late. I think 88 Turner or Chase gonna come out there or somebody. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, let's see. That's how he finds out she going alone. Portia want to know where they stand. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Yeah. Oh, Sonny was talking to Jason about there being a change of plans because 88 Turner stopped by, and you know it's best that they gonna get Natalia out the way now. Gonna get her out of town. Like you ain't supposed to got her out of town, man. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wait till Beyond the Gates to get uploaded. Well, it should be up there now, and then I'm gonna do a review on that, y'all. Well, yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.